Blessings and love to you. Thanks for joining me here on the channel. We're studying the lessons of A Course in Miracles, and today we're on lesson number 343. I am not asked to make a sacrifice to find the mercy and the peace of God. The end of suffering cannot be loss. The gift of everything can be but gain. You only give. You never take away. And you created me to be like you, so sacrifice becomes impossible for me as well as you. I too must give. And so all things are given unto me forever and forever. As complete, having the function of completing you. I am complete because I am your son. I cannot lose, for I can only give, and everything is mine eternally. Amen. The mercy and the peace of God are free. Salvation has no cost. It is a gift that must be freely given and received. And it is this that we would learn today. The mercy and peace of God are free. So I feel like this lesson is just another seed that Jesus is planting in our minds that is growing and creating and turning us into more open-hearted and loving beings. Because it's just, I guess it's becoming harder and harder for me to give the ego any airtime when it tries to argue with why this isn't true. The lesson title, I am not asked to make a sacrifice. The ego loves sacrifice so much because it feels like that's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to give more of ourselves because if we don't, there's a consequence to that. And there's like a competition in giving and receiving, and we have to defend ourselves and protect ourselves and all these things that are part of our conditioning that the ego thrives on. That it just doesn't make sense to me anymore. It's hard to even go back into that way of thinking and being because it actually feels manipulative. And to think that I need to do more for someone than they may be doing for me in order to get something on the back end, it just really seems manipulative now. But I used to live that way, thinking that that was ethical and moral. So what the Course is doing for me is washing away all of this conditioning that made me a manipulator of people. And really that's also a defense mechanism, because you may feel safer if you try to control the world around you, the people around you, the space around you. If you can get that fully under control, then you never have any unexpected, spontaneous experiences with other people because you're so afraid to take a risk, you know? And so anyway, just another example of how these lessons are having me look at myself and realize that living from an open heart is the easiest way to be on your path of salvation, to stay on the path of salvation. The mercy and the peace of God are free. You don't have to sacrifice anything in order to receive these things, because these things have always been in our hearts. And so I thought I would grab my heart chakra bowl and play a little bit for you this morning, reflecting on this lesson. I am not asked to make a sacrifice to find the mercy and the peace of God. These things live in our heart. The mercy and the peace of God. I give myself first. I open and welcome the mercy and the peace of God fully and completely into my field to purify my untrue beliefs and thoughts and worries and anxieties and fears I rely on the mercy and the peace of God as my spiritual tools to win the ego's battles against my higher mind. I need not sacrifice anything because the mercy and the peace of God are free. I am the mercy and the peace of God, so that my brothers and sisters will feel that with me, in me, emanating from me, as me, to combine with all the energies of their awakening and salvation experience, perhaps to trigger them into their own journey, which has yet to really come into their awareness. I mean, we're all on a spiritual journey, regardless of whether you're so-called awake or not. But the kind of love that I think that we're learning in the Course is a merciful and peaceful love. You become a merciful and peaceful presence in the world. And that is a catalyst for growth for anyone who comes into your orbit. So thank you for joining me today on this lesson. Enjoy, have a beautiful day, and I will see you back here again tomorrow.